Hi everyone, just a little video today. I've been watching all the stuff about the redress scheme, about Ferrari. Hope I'm saying that right, goat-like personality. Yeah, I've been watching all the stuff. It's just absolutely manic. I mean, the redress scheme, 116 institutions investigated, and I think I'm right in saying only the JWs are not going to be paying the compensation. Absolute madness. I hope they get their charitable status taken off them. It's just absolute crazy. I just don't understand how authorities are putting up with them, to be honest. It's mental. At least the Catholics and the Protestants admitted they had shortfallings and tried to deal with them, and just belligerently say, no, we are God's one true channel. Although that would be presumptuous to say that, wouldn't it, Jeffrey? Anyway, the point of my video today is that, as anyone who watches my channel knows, I do a few car crashes. And if you've noticed on the last few of them, one of them will walk off with a telephone and start telling somebody, which is obviously the police, that I'm harassing them. This has happened just around about exactly five times. And I was going to do a car crash before the lockdown happened. I saw a policeman in the close vicinity, so I went and chatted to him. And I just said, look, mate, I'm an activist against Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm not going to do anything rash, but I am about to go and speak to them. You know, have you got any problem with me doing this? He said, well, it's not me that's investigating you. So, investigating what, sorry? He says, no, there's an officer dealing with it. He says, but if I was you, I'd be very careful, because hate crimes are a serious charge. He seemed a little bit off to me. I don't know if that was me or if he just had something else on his mind or whatever. He was very professional, very courteous. He wasn't rude in any way. He just you could tell he really wasn't interested in hearing anything I had to say at that point. He may have just been busy. But either way, the second he said hate crimes, I got a bit concerned, because obviously here in the UK, a hate crime charge is a serious thing. It's prison time, you know, and the threshold for it, I found out, is actually not that high in legal terms. I read through it, and it was it's a very strong play from the Kingdom Hall. Very strong play. It's next level up from harassment. It's quite taken quite seriously. So, finding out these things, I decided to preempt the officer who was investigating me contacting me by writing him a little letter, just telling him exactly what it was that I was doing and why I was doing it, and the parameters that I was trying to stay within. I thought this could help. So I left that with them. This was just before the lockdown started. I didn't get a reply until about 3 or 4 weeks later. It's a little while ago now. I'll tell you about the reply in a minute, but first, here's the letter. If the Jehovah's Witnesses are doing the same thing to you, trying to get you done for harassment or whatever, for your legal right to protest their cult, then feel free to nab any bits of this that you might like, or just rewrite it in your own fashion. It seems to have covered a few bases, I think. And read the letter for yourself, or listen to the letter and see what you think. To whom it may concern, my name is Daniel, and after chatting with a police officer in town today, I am now aware that somebody is investigating me for harassment. The police officer was polite and professional and looked to be busy with other tasks. However, I got the distinct impression he had a very dim view of me. Again, I have no complaints about him, but I know when someone's back is up, I'm used to it. I would like to take this opportunity to inform you as to my reasons for activism. I do not want people in Newton Abbot thinking I'm just a bitter citizen with nothing better to do. I run a business and a small family, and I would much rather be doing other things with my day. However, the reasons I do protest the witness on the stands is because of the rampant child abuse problems within the church. It is important to let the congregation know that their children are not safe within the church. These are not my opinions, but the findings of various court cases all around the world. Now, I've spoken to several other denominations, such as Catholics and Protestant priests and vicars, most of whom acknowledge their respective churches' problems with child abuse. They also knew about the larger investigations, such as Royal Australian Commission, or the ARC, into child abuse. They are aware of their church's shortcomings and the steps they need to take to better safeguard their congregations. Well done to these people, I say, for trying to improve their broken systems. However, when speaking to Jehovah's Witnesses, not one single one of them had even heard of the ARC, and in one of my videos I go through their responses to who they would tell if they had an allegation of child abuse. Every single one said that they would report it to the elders and not the police. This is precisely what the ARC was trying to reverse. Although they now say in public that the family have the right to report to the police, it rarely happens because they are also told about how it will bring reproach on Jehovah's name. This was very eloquently put across by Victoria Derbyshire on a BBC expose just a couple of months ago. Again, witnesses are forbidden from watching anything related to their religion on TV. It's called apostate lies and Satan's media. Therefore, without telling these people on the street, there is no way of getting them to look for themselves, because they risk disfellowshipping. If they discuss anything like this in their church, I can provide you with dozens of links to their website to verify everything I have just stated if it's of interest. I have included leaked internal memos to elders instructing them on what to do in the case of child abuse. You will notice it never ever states that the police are to be called. Instead, in every instance, they have to ring the JW Service Department or Legal Department for clarification. At this point, it is essential to point out that the ARC found 1,006 cases of JWs informing the legal department with allegations of child abuse, and not one was reported to the police. One of their church leaders, Jeffrey Jackson, was there giving evidence, but as I have said before, JWs are not allowed to watch it. It is classed as satanic lies. Therefore, they are blissfully unaware of the massive paedophile problems within their ranks. This is sadly leading to many more children being abused, as revealed in the Montana Supreme Court, where Watchtower had to pay out $35 million because they had not reported any of the crimes there either, with the offenders going on to abuse many others. If you are not aware, they also operate a two-witness rule, where if a child comes to them and says they have been abused, they are asked if they have a second witness to abuse, as if they would. The Shepherding of the Flock of God book, their private manual, which was made public during the ARC, says that in such cases the matter should be left in Jehovah's hands. This not only endangers the children in the church, but obviously the children in houses that are visited by these same brothers. Without a second witness, the elders will not even investigate, and no action is taken against the accused. Warning other parents in the church will only happen if there are two witnesses, or if the persecutor confesses. Even in cases where there are grounds for a spiritual investigation, I would prefer to see professionals from within the police force deal with it, rather than letting it be investigated by two window cleaners and a plumber. Now, there are multiple other hate speech considerations when dealing with the JW's preaching work, such as their teaching that gays are disgusting, Tony Morris, their children's cartoons that talk about how it's not okay to have two mummies or two daddies and how these people will soon be destroyed, or Gary Bro's presentation where he states that tight-fitting trousers were invented by homosexuals in the fashion business as a way to blend in with normal people. I would consider this hate speech. Would you agree? Again, none of these are my opinions. I can send you the links to these videos should you wish to see them. I will leave this section with one final point. The JWs teach that the police are also under Satan's control, and that at Armageddon, any day now, the police will turn on the JWs and round them up like the Nazis did to the Jews and kill them. They are teaching this to minors. No wonder they don't come forward with allegations. If you would like to make sure I'm not exaggerating the point, please just Google Jehovah's Witness bunker videos and see for yourself. These were released in about 2018, I believe. Now that I've explained a little about why I feel the need to protest, my own story excluded for the moment, I would like to seek your guidance on how to keep on the right side of the law. I am a law-abiding citizen exercising my right to protest this church or cult. So if you can give me any advice on how to keep from overstepping boundaries, I would be very grateful. I have no wish or desire to break the law in any way. Thus far, I do not follow them for any distance. If they move, I go the other way. Do not swear at them. I am aware that this is a public order offence. I try to keep my white van man language to a minimum. I am careful to put across only the facts that can be verified rather than opinion. I have never threatened them or assaulted them in any way. And as far as I know, I am just responding to their right to preach with my right to protest. Please clarify if I have misunderstood the law in any of these regards. And one last thing, I have also included quotes from the Watchtower publication, their source of dogma, going back 70 years or so, referring to theocratic warfare. The witnesses will not think twice about lying to you or omitting details if it's for the good of God's organisation. They are instructed to do this. I look forward to your response. You can contact me anytime. Details. I also attached 3 pages of very select quotes. Select in so much as I took the most poignant ones, not little bits from articles. The whole articles would have been even more damning. But I covered things like theocratic warfare, copies of pages of the Shepherd in the Flock of God book, about how to report it to the legal department, nothing about the police. I was very careful in there not to put anything in there that could be argued by Jehovah's Witnesses. I mean, they wouldn't speak to me anyway. I saw my brother-in-law today. He's also a window cleaner, surprisingly. And works on my road about 5 houses up. I see him there once a month, basically, if I'm passing. And against Dave, hey Dave, how you doing? You know, I've never said a bad word to him or his wife, my sister. They are uber dubs. So he very stoically sort of gripped his steering wheel and looked the other way as he's driving, sort of thing, pretending not to know me. I find it hilarious. He's one of the lead elders in the local congregation. But, you know, it is what it is. But either way, I put down the things that they can't argue. I've put down about the theocratic warfare because when they show that to if they show that to the Jehovah's Witnesses, the police, they're going to say, no, that's wrong, no, that's wrong, no, that's wrong. And rather than he says, she said, I'm providing them with evidence that they can go and check for themselves, and the evidence that says that the other person is instructed to lie to you to protect their name. So, yeah. The policeman rang back, as I said, about 3 weeks or so after I put the letter in. He was very fair. He was very even-handed. He did not come onto the phone. I'm not trying to make out that he came on and said, you're in the right, they're in the wrong. He didn't do that at all. He also didn't say that they're in the right and you're in the wrong. He said he was impartial. He gave me back 3 or 4 of my points from the letter and went into a little bit of detail about a couple of things I'd read. He had very blatantly read the letter and not just glanced over it, because he did refer to a couple of things in there, which was really nice. The last thing I want is my local Bobby on the beat thinking I'm just some absolute raving nut job that howls at the moon, you know, just because I'm protesting against Jehovah's Witnesses. It's obviously a bit more detailed than that. But either way, he confirmed that I am not committing any hate crimes. I am not harassing them. They have every right to be there on the street, and I have every right to be there to protest them. He did basically say that he doesn't think it's worth my time. He says they seem pretty pretty steadfast, pretty ingrained sort of thing. I doubt you'll make any movement with them, which is fair enough. I completely understand that, and I did explain to him that if you read the comments underneath my videos, it's I could care less about my local JWs coming out of the religion now. But the people in the comments that say thank you, I've been watching through several videos, and yours are some of the ones that have helped me to wake up, and the emails that I've got off people. That's why I do this, you know. And yeah, obviously it's just one of those, isn't it? But anyway, looking forward to the end of lockdown. Looking forward to surviving Armageddon. And we will be back out on the street, and we will see if they want to try and waste any more of the police's time. In the meantime, yeah, if you haven't signed up to Goat Like Personality, I know he's a much bigger channel than mine now. Just go and subscribe. He's funny. He does things in a way that no one else does. A really, really nice guy in person as well. And really gutted he wasn't on the John Cedars panel the other night discussing Rolf Ferrari. Yeah. But anyway, that's my little 2 cents worth. In the meantime, I've been too busy with my heavily pregnant wife and setting up a new business to be doing much activism since the lockdown started. But yeah, I'm with everyone in spirit that's going it, no matter what your vein of activism is. Horses for courses. Everyone's got their place, I suppose. But yeah, good luck to everyone. Keep up the fight. I think we're winning.